Right, now we shall be seeing some application of the previous trigonometric substitution formula. Right, a question might be asking like this: integral of dx by sine of x minus alpha into sine of x minus beta. So after seeing this question in mind, our mind becomes little bit blur how to do and how to proceed. So for this, I'll be giving a simple suggestion to you friends. Observe carefully sine of, here what is there, x minus alpha, and here what is there, x minus beta. You subtract this particular angles. That means you need to subtract x minus alpha and x minus beta. In rough I am showing, if I subtract what is happening, x minus alpha minus of x minus beta, this turned down to x minus alpha minus x plus beta. So what happens, it is becoming beta minus alpha, it is turning down to beta minus alpha. So what I suggest means 1 upon beta minus alpha, and here what function is given for us, sine of beta minus alpha. You subtract, that means you add and subtract, and what is happening, sine of beta minus alpha into integral of, here also what I will be doing means sine of beta minus alpha whole divided by sine of x minus alpha into sine of x minus beta, and here dx. So once again I am repeating, whenever this kind of question comes, subtract the angles, xx will be getting cancelled, there remains beta minus alpha, so multiply and divide by sine of beta minus alpha. So what I will be doing means later 1 by sine of beta minus alpha and integral of this particular beta minus alpha can be written like this. So what happens, sine of, I am putting a big bracket for my convenience, sine of x minus alpha minus of x minus beta whole divided by sine of x minus alpha into sine of x minus beta dx. So if you could observe carefully later, 1 by sine of beta minus alpha, it is like if I consider this as a, this as b, it is like sine of a minus b. Sine of a minus b means I can apply a formula, sine a cos b minus cos a sine b. So what happens, sine of x minus alpha into cos of x minus beta minus cos of x minus alpha into sine of x minus beta whole divided by sine of x minus alpha into sine of x minus beta, and here there will be dx. So finally what it had turned down, it has turned down as sine a cos b minus cos a sine b divided by the numerator. So divided by the denominator. So I think again it is looking like a minus b by c. So I can write as a by c minus b by c. So finally what happens, if you could observe carefully, 1 by sine of beta minus alpha into integral of a by c. A by c means sine of x minus alpha, sine of x minus alpha will be getting cancelled. There remains cos of x minus beta into sine of x minus beta. So cos of x minus beta divided by sine of x minus beta. Again, now a by c finished, now b by c. B by c means cos of x minus alpha sine of x minus beta divided by sine of x minus alpha sine of x minus beta. So sine of x minus beta, sine of x minus beta will be getting cancelled. So what happens, minus cos of x minus alpha divided by sine of x minus alpha, outside there will be dx, this is dx. So finally what happens, 1 by sine of beta minus alpha into integral of cos by sine. Cos by sine means what, cot. So cot of x minus beta minus cot of x minus alpha dx. So what happens, 1 by sine of beta minus alpha into, again individually, integral of cot x. Just now we had seen this nothing but log mod sin x. Magar sin x, x means here sine of x minus beta minus here also log mod sine of x minus alpha bracket close and here plus c. So finally this can be written as 1 by sine of beta minus alpha log mod sine of x minus beta by sine of x minus alpha plus c. It's a very important question. I am repeating once again. Integral of dx by sine of x minus alpha into x minus beta. So what technique we observed? We need to subtract the difference between the angles and apply sine. Whatever the difference will be getting, that difference with respect to the sine should be multiplied to numerator as well as to the denominator. So 1 by sine of beta minus alpha into sine of beta minus alpha, because the difference we are getting it as beta minus alpha. So later 1 by sine of beta minus alpha into integral of sine of beta minus alpha sine of x minus alpha sine of x minus beta. This beta minus alpha can be written like this, and if you could observe carefully, this is like sine of a minus b. Sine of a minus b means sine a means sine of cos minus alpha, cos b means cos of x minus beta minus cos a means cos of x minus alpha into sin b means sin of x minus beta whole divided by sin of x minus alpha into sin of x minus beta. Later again a minus b by c, so a by c minus b by c. So there remains, I think, sin of x minus alpha, sin of x minus alpha will be getting cancelled, and integral of cos of x minus beta divided by sin of x minus beta minus cos of x minus alpha divided by sin of x minus alpha. So 1 by sine of beta minus alpha into integral of cot of x minus beta minus cot of x minus alpha. But integral of cot of x minus beta is nothing but log mod sin x. So log mod sin of x minus beta minus log mod sin of x minus alpha. So again here log m minus log n. So log of m by n. So finally we finished this concept. Thank you. Now friends, we are going for another type of problems in substitution method. That means while doing integral, we might be finding some expressions where sin theta, cos theta, tan theta, all trigonometric functions are involved, but theta is nothing but an function of x. Right? For example, we will be seeing these three problems where trigonometric function is involved. Magar here theta ki jagah mein root x is there. That means all these problems come under substitution method of type 5. So whenever this kind of problem comes, we need to observe carefully and we need to think twice for what function to get substituted as t or z. That is up to your wish. So what I will be doing means, I will be putting here root x is equal to t. Root x is equal to t means what happens? 1 by 2 root x dx is nothing but dt. So what happens finally? Dx by root x becomes as 2 dt. Therefore what happens? Our problem will turn down to like this. Sin of root x by root x dx is equal to sin of root x I called as t, magar this particular dx by root x becomes as 2 dt. So finally what happens? Our problem will turn down to root x ke sthan mein t, so sin t, and dx by root x is nothing but 2 dt. So what happens? 2 into integral of sin t dt. So integral of sin t means minus cos t. So 2 minus 2 into cos t plus c. But t we considered it as what beta? Root x. So what happens? Minus 2 cos root x plus c. This is our required answer. So similarly, we will be going for the second problem. Integral of cot of log x by x t. So what I will be doing here? We should think twice before applying t as for some function. That means substitution should be done very carefully. So if I put log x is equal to t, I think 1 by x dx is there, that becomes as dt. So our function will turn in terms of t by putting log x is equal to t. So what I'll be doing means put log x is equal to t. So what happens finally, this becomes 1 by x dx as dt. So that means this whole thing will turn down as dt. So finally what happens, our problem will go to cot of log x by x dx is nothing but integral of log x as t. So what happens, cot t dx by x means it turns as dt. Just now we had seen integral of cot t dt means log mod sin t plus c. मगर t की जगह में what we need to substitute, t की जगह में log x. So log mod sin of log x plus c. Right? Now this is a very important problem. This problem had asked in many competitive exams as well as your CBSE examination. Right? So here what I'll be doing means I'll be putting x e power x is equal to t. Very beautiful problem. So here two functions are there and we need to find derivative. Two functions are there and those two functions are in product form. So derivative means we need to apply product rule. So what happens, I will treat this as first function. In earlier classes we had seen about differentiation also. So two functions are there. So 1 into derivative of 2. So x into e power x, because derivative of e power x is e power x, and e power x into derivative of x is 1, and here there happens to be dx and this will become as dt. So finally if I take e power x as a common, that means e power x into 1 plus x outside dx, this becomes dt. Therefore what happens, our function will turn down to e power x into 1 plus x dx means dt divided by, but I consider x e power x as t, so the denominator becomes as what, cos square t. So finally we need to evaluate integral of dt by cos square t. So 1 by cos square t means what, integral of secant square t dt. So integral of secant square t dt is nothing but what, tan t plus c. But t is nothing but tan of x e power x plus c. So it's a very important problem. You should observe carefully.